Hello, welcome back to Trailmakers. I think you can tell that this isn't Trailmakers though. We're actually in Trailmappers, which I don't think is that well known. But essentially, if you've ever seen a custom map before, this is how you make it. And someone asked me if I could do kind of a tutorial on how to make a map, a custom map, and this is it. So, you want to find Trailmappers, all you gotta do is simply search up Trailmappers. And we're here. And hey, Trailmakers is actually on a $6 sale. Right here, we're gonna have our main menu, and you just wanna, very simple, create map. You can import maps that you've downloaded before, and you have to, download it from, I think, your folders. So, I'm not doing that though. We're just gonna create our own map, and first of all, manage maps. These are maps that you've made before. I've made 2 maps, Halo Valhalla and Dust 2. And here we go. We're just going to create a simple map. Name it whatever you want. Here we go. Just tutorial. And we're going to load in. And what you're going to notice first is that we're in the test zone. Now, I believe this is the only environment where you can build in. So you can't like choose a preset or anything like that. However, this doesn't mean you can't do something else other than this, but let's just stay here for now. When people think of making maps, they probably think of making something like Danger Zone, or maybe even the Great Barrier Reef, which was recently added. Maybe not, the Test Zone, but Test Zone is really easy if you want to make any kind of racing, and we have all of these categories where, you have things such as barrels, crates, and back to that racing, you could, I don't know, maybe add cones. And here we have simple controls. Now, if you duplicate something, it is going to just be, inside. It's just going to duplicate. It doesn't work like Trailmaker's build mode. You control using WASD. You can zoom in and out using scroll wheel. And you go quite fast and quite far. And you can, frankly, if you don't know where you're going, and if you lose, track of where you started, you can get lost. That's why you have this home button right here. This will send you to the spawn point. You can move the spawn point around, and you move it around using these arrows. If you want to resize stuff, there is a very simple way of doing it. Right here. You position, click to cycle, to rotation, and I don't think you can rotate this. Let me get something else. Magnetic cube. Here we go, yeah. And we have position. We actually have size, or scale. This is how you, make things bigger than it actually is. And of course you've seen it, rotation. And this is how you move everything. You have to move it with the arrows. You can actually click these squares here, and they will just go to where your mouse is on the axis that you click. So because I'm clicking the red one, I can move it up and down, but I can't move it back and forth. And essentially, same for the blue one. It won't be able to move on the blue axis, but on every other axis. And that's how you kind of move it to where you want to point your mouse. Now, if you want to get started on creating your first map, there are a few things to know. There is no grass texture that you can place around. If you want to have a big field of grass, you have to go over to Rocks Living. And what I do is I get flat rectangle right here. And let's see, where is home? Here it is. And it is quite big. Let me see. It is quite big compared to the spawn. That is the spawn point, and that is the default size. Of course, you can scale it down to, a reasonable level, and then move it down over to the ground. Let's just move this over here. Look at that. Now we have some flat land. Wow, I have a shadow. We have some flat land for our little guy to sit upon. And this is where we'll spawn, by the way. So, another thing about custom maps, which if you've ever spawned one in, you'll know that you have to be in, another map to spawn them in. It doesn't actually matter what map. Well, kinda, it does. Some custom maps are made specifically for Test Zone. Others are made specifically for Danger Zone. But you can just spawn them in wherever you want, by technicality. So from here, if you want to create a big group of land, you can just stretch that out to infinity. And wow, look at that, you now have a completely flat grassland. And the textures, I believe, just repeat, and they actually become higher detail in game. So that's interesting to know. So now we have this huge land, which pretty much goes on forever, actually. And if you want to create mountains, pretty much same thing. You wouldn't really have to work too hard. All you have to do is grab a bunch of rocks and just kind of shape them how you want. So let me size this one. I want this one to be a little bit stubbier. I'll move that right here. And this is how you kind of create your cliff faces. And there's different types of rocks too. You have these black ones. You have these like dirty, like more dirt, like these sky islands in the airborne map. You know, let's try to create some kind of island map with everything I've talked about. So first we want a good base. So let's use this one right here. We're going to scale it up. We kind of want this to be more flat. And this to be a flat island. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna scale, and we're gonna make it a little bit, let's make it a little bit flatter. Okay, so let's keep some roundness to it, but let's keep it a little bit flatter. We have a nice base for our island. And then I guess we can do some, ooh, is that big, or did I just spawn it far away? That is massive, okay. Oh, we gotta move it here, and let's try to have it match. Let's see if this actually works. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to do here. Probably, no, it's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all. Alright, well, let's just keep it like this for now. Water level goes up to... So if we want this to just be sticking out of the water, we kind of want to move this a little bit underneath the map. So we're gonna go down here, and here we have our little spawn point right here, right above it. And we're just gonna put, you know, some just regular stuff. We're gonna put maybe a few trees. And there we go, nice small map. Now, when we want to export our map, we're gonna press save first, and then we'll just export the map. It'll be saved to our mod folder, where we're free to open Trailmakers, and you don't actually have to restart Trailmakers for the map to, like, you know, reload. You can have your map open and have Trailmakers open at the same time, and all you have to do is go into your mod, and all you have to do, I'll show you in a bit. It's super simple. So we're going to open Danger Zone for this one, because, you know, we're making an island, we want water all around. All we have to do is just, you know, wait a bit, and here we are. Guess move over here. Alright, here we are. Now all we gotta do is go to session, we gotta activate our mods, and it should just be right here, tutorial. There we go, right here. It should automatically save to this mods list. We're gonna press load tutorial, and we're gonna escape, and we're gonna be teleported to our map. And as you can see, I did not do anything right. It's not gonna look one-to-one how it does in Trailmappers. Ooh. But essentially we can just go back to Trailmappers, find our map, we're gonna just drag it, and we're just gonna move it down to, you know, hopefully sea level, and then we're just gonna move it away. So let's go towards the carrier. Did I grab, uh-oh. I did not. Make sure you grab where'd it go? Make sure you grab this. This, if you lose your build and you drag it 500 miles away and you leave this behind, you're kind of screwed. So I don't think it doesn't highlight with everything, and I don't know, you can't control it. Okay, we're restarting the game because apparently I broke the map, I guess. I'm gonna load up tutorial, so we're just gonna go manage, edit. Here we go. Can I click on you now? I can click on you now. Hey, my skybox is back. I'm just gonna zoom you around over to here, and we're just gonna highlight if it allows me. We're gonna we're gonna highlight everything, and we're gonna move it down. And hopefully that will be at sea level. Now all we can do is file, export. We can go back to Trailmakers. As you can see, the map has now changed spots. That is really surprising. You don't even have to reset your server, you don't have to reset anything. The map will just change spots as soon as you press export. And as you can see, we're pretty much exactly where we want to be. We just want to be a little bit lower. So go back. I'm going to drag everything if it allows me to, or if it is not. There we go. Drag you even lower. File export. And then we're going to go back to Trailmakers. It respawns me. And there we go. We now have our little island. And it looks pretty cool. Does this have collision? No, it doesn't. Wow, okay. And that is essentially how you create a custom map. Now, I'll show some examples of other custom maps. So first we have a map that I used for a Counter-Strike video that I made a while ago. This is Midnight Bandits. And essentially, this is what you can do. I've kind of spawned it on, Danger Zone. So it doesn't really work here. But as you can see, the custom cliff faces, and they use all of these assets. And I believe also, I didn't show it off, but you can, if you go here, I think you can import a model. Yeah, custom models. You can import your own custom models in here if you know how to do that. I personally do not use any 3D software, so I do not know. And I'll show a map I made actually. So Halo Valhalla, which no one guessed, unfortunately. Let me turn waves off because this is a map I made. Here we have, custom mountains, and you just use different assets to make what you want in Trailmakers. As you can see, I've used, the flat rectangle ground to make up all my ground. I've had like this. It looks a bit wonky, but it's there, like this little custom cliff. As you can see, I'm not the best at making maps. I was just trying to recreate a Halo map that I wanted to do maybe a video on. But essentially, this is what's possible. And you can create a lot more too. So if you want to upload your map to the workshop, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is go to session, go to upload mod right here, right under open workshop, and you'll see mod directory. This means you essentially just have to find the, right here, your mod files location. It's pretty simple. You want to go to your file explorers, and I'll just reset the progress so you can follow along. You'll just search up Trailmappers. Make sure don't click on this. Is the actual app. This will just open, the app. You want to go to your folder. You want to go to saves, and right here you'll have all your maps that you've ever made. And from there, you just want to take this map. You want to open it, and right here you'll have your preview PNG. From here, you're just gonna, once you opened it, you're just gonna, click right here on this search bar. You're just gonna copy and you're just gonna Control C. And then you're just gonna Control V. And once you fill out everything else, you want to make sure that you go right here before saves, and you're just gonna basically delete all of this. You don't really need any of it. And you can just write mods. And there you go. That's pretty much. You just press upload now. And if you did everything right, press upload. It should just come up with a screen saying the upload was successful. I understand. And boom, you've now uploaded your mod. So let's go check on the workshop. And I doubt it will be there automatically. It takes a while even for blueprints to upload to the workshop. So we're just gonna, let's just wait actually. So we can open up, workshop, open. We can go to mod. Let's just search up Halo first. And yeah, there it is. Actually, it's already here. Here we go. We have Halo Valhalla. We can toggle, subscribe. You can download the map if you want to. Here's the Battle Creek map I actually showed off. That's pretty much how you create a map, and that's how you publish it. And of course, you can get a lot more complicated than just a rock and an observatory. With that information, have fun. Peace, and fade to black.